Y'all remember Kevin Samuels and how he was taking calls and talking to women?
How much do you weigh?
That's none of your business. I told you I was fat.
Oh, okay. We don't play that shit on my channel. You get your big fat on somewhere then.
Then the red pill community came out, and that was like the grandchildren of Kevin Samuels.
But that's what all women want. You're not that special. All women have the same requirements of men. Typically, they'll look for the same traits.
Uncle Kev, and more men started to evolve into these high-powered men or high-valued men. They would have their clubs, their forums, their Reddit threads, their Discords, everything around being a high-value man and how you should basically grade women, and that's how you should make your selection process based on X, Y, and Z criteria, which had everybody in an uproar, and I believe added more fuel to the fire of women don't need men don't need women. I really feel like that helped it move along. Now, the red pill community has kind of fizzled out a little bit. Like, they got a little quieter because it's starting to be considered some form of hate speech to where they can't talk as openly and be as aggressive in their language. However, I feel like a new wave has come in where the men, they might not be as full on red pill as Kevin Samuels and Fresh and Fit and them and Myron and them. They might not be as full on, but you can still tell it's there. They respectful, but it's still there. On Twitter, there was a podcast clip where this girl threw water on the podcast host, and it was a man and woman, which automatically had me intrigued. I go to YouTube, I go to No Fugazee Podcast, and whole thing was 3.5 hours long. So I went ahead, turned it on and watched it. And as I'm watching it, I could already see the plot developing. I could already see his look, her look, how the argument was going to play out. Then when the water throw happened, I was like, I kind of want to review this with my friends and see what they think about this and see if y'all saw the same clues that I saw when she was getting, kind of hot up underneath her collar. So what's up, my friends? And welcome back to the Neighborhood. My name is the Just Kason Brand, and I'm your homegirl, I'm your tia, I'm your prima, I'm your cousin, I'm your friend, I'm whatever you need me to be down here in our hood known as the Neighborhood. If you have not already done so, please join the community by subscribing to the channel, share the channel with a friend. As you can see, we be talking about a lot of different topics. Anything that I see that I think is gonna be interesting, I'm like, oh, let me bring it over here. If you see anything that you find is interesting, go ahead, drop it for me, like on my Instagram at the Just Kason Brand, TikTok, somewhere. Just, let me know so I can let the community know what's going on in these streets. But like the video and comment your thoughts down below. No Fugazee Podcast link will be in the description if you want to go and check them out. They're all easy on the eyes. I love listening to intellectual men who do know how to speak. It's just, if you you understand what I'm about to say. So let's look at the video.
Right. So you're attracted to both sexes. You're attracted to men and women.
I've been attracted to women first.
Got it.
Now, this young lady on the very right in this colorful shirt, I don't know if my mouse is showing up. Anyway, the young lady that we're going to be focusing on, she is 37. She has 2 children. Her oldest child is 11 going on 12, and her youngest baby is about to be 2. She does have a relationship that she's in. She said her man takes care of everything like the bills, the household, even the kids. And they also have an open relationship. And while she doesn't sleep with men, she does have her pick of the litter when it comes to sleeping with women. And not her husband, but her man who she has her youngest child by, that is who is, who she with. And he has an open relationship on his end, and he's totally cool. The young lady who's sitting in the middle, she's 27. She's not in a relationship, but she does have a friends with benefits situation going on that she didn't want to kind of admit to. And the young lady on the far end, she's 25, I think, about 25, 26. And she don't have no man or anything. She's, just single on the prowl. The question that they asked too leading into this, which I thought was interesting, they asked each of the young ladies if their fathers were in their lives and if they ever made a meal for their father.
Don't matter. Fair enough. You're attracted to both.
Okay, this is Cooley, the taller one, who looked like he could be related to Nipsey. He's 35. He has a daughter, and he has full custody of his daughter. I don't know how he got full custody, girl. I don't know either. The gentleman sitting next to him is named Ease. He is 34, and he don't have no children.
So, in your current relationship, is it open on your end? Like, your man allows you to sleep with other women?
Yeah.
What about other men? If you kind of want.
As long as
he get to watch.
Listen, if they not doing what he's doing, then there's no need for them to even partake in any activities with me.
What that mean? As long as he get to watch, or what does that mean?
If they're not matching his standards, like My man takes care of everything. My bills, the kids, everything that if I call him right now and I need anything, he's going to send it to me.
Okay. The girl on the end in the white shirt, she's stupid. She said, she dumb.
So when it comes to me dealing with another man, we have open relationships, so he can deal with whoever he wants to deal with. So we have.
Is he bisexual or he's straight?
No, he's not bisexual. Oh. Baby, I like a real man. Okay. All right, a real man. I'm not dealing with anyone. Well, no discrimination to any man that does like both.
You, right? You saying you like a real man. I would say that a real man wouldn't allow his woman, wouldn't get into a serious relationship with the woman that is open on her end and other men are smashing her.
I'm not smashing no one else. When I got with him for 3 years, I've only went with him.
This is kind of where I started to not like her. When I was watching her before, she kept on interrupting when people were trying to give their story. And I'm talking about everybody. She kept trying to be the center of attention, And I'm like, girl, let everybody else say their story. Not even about the gentleman, but more so the young ladies. Let them talk about their story. Let them answer the question. Like, this is not just your show. You feel me? So once they start getting into this back and forth, I started to wonder if she was just saying stuff for the sake of saying it. And if that was the case, when you're dealing with men like this, you got to really be able to go toe to toe with them. And you got to really be able to check your emotions in order to make the impact that you want to make on them. The way that she goes about this, she lets her emotions get dictated by the words he's saying. And he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly the words to say. He knows how to pose the questions, how to flip her answers in a way. He knows everything he's doing. And she's not catching on to, oh, you do this to play. Oh, you do this to try to drive your point home. Let me flip this up real quick. Let me show you how I do this.
You've been with other girls?
Other girls. I've had a girlfriend, 2 girlfriends.
Two girlfriends.
And he has known about it. They know about him.
I would say the same
completely.
Though.
So
my answer would be the same. I mean, a real man wouldn't allow his girl. He wouldn't take a girl serious that a girl wants to have other girlfriends or guy friends. So that girl's gonna be for the streets.
Why does that make him fake? Because he's open to allow me to explore my sexuality.
Where she messed up at is trying to flex. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with intellects, it's whether it's a man or a woman, you have to make sure whatever you're trying to flex on is not a lie. It's not some exaggeration. You got to make sure it's something that you could actually back up with some substance. That was her first error when she was like, oh, I don't sleep with nobody, but I've had 2 girlfriends. I mean, before this relationship, but I've been in this relationship for 3 years. Oh, but it's an open relationship. You see how it's too much of this? You can't do that.
Instead of keeping me boxed in, closed in, he's open. I'm open to bringing someone into the relationship. Mm-hmm. So if he's like, listen, if that's what makes you happy, then I want you to be happy, and I'm going to be happy. I've always been attracted to women first. Yeah. You know,
during your relationship with this man, you never had sex with another guy?
No.
You never had a desire?
No.
Yeah, you probably seen a guy that was maybe attractive. You're like,
Listen, at my day and age, I'm 36. I'm soon to be 40. That's how I look at it. When you round it up to the nearest 10th, baby, I'm damn near 40. You feel me?
Fair enough.
And it's it's not enough out there for me. I'm good where I'm at with him. You understand? So when it comes to females, that's just something that it's just not to say it like that, but it's like a hobby to me. I love females. I love to have a friendship with them.
Right there too. If you just listen to her train of thought for 15 to 20 seconds, it got lost. Do you like females or do you not like females? Because you said females was who you were first attracted to, basically your first loves. Now you're saying that you just play around with females. Which one is it?
To go on trips, because
you can't never give men like this. You can never give them those gaps or those loopholes. And I'm gonna show you his body language.
To here, we can do nails together, things in that nature. And if things get a little sticky, icky, it get a little sticky, icky. But I don't indulge where I keep him completely cut off. So it's he still gets the affection, the love, everything that he needs from me. You understand? So he never lacks when it comes to me.
Oh, you think he doesn't?
He does.
These eyes, he keeps doing stuff like this, and you could read this on a lot of smart ass men. I've dated a lot of assholes. You could get this off of this with respect, big dog. In case you watching this, is with respect. When they start to get to doing this, when they start to do that, them eyes and those little them. Oh really? Oh, that's what you thinking? All right. Yep. It's not a whole lot. It's very small context clues, if you will, that you gotta eye in on and be like, oh, hold up, Nick. I see what we're doing here. I see what we're doing here.
I can assure you.
And if he ever felt like he did lack, baby,
he didn't broaden
I can
eyes.
assure you he
baby,
does.
we could bring another girl. We could bring another baby
Got
in
you.
here.
So how it
Like,
works
we
with
can
men.
do this.
Sorry, y'all.
Got
You
look.
understand? Like, I'm the type of person that we can have this conversation where if you want to bring another female in this, it's gonna be like a reality show.
That's a little.
Now she's trying to flex that she's able to control the board. If we are having an open relationship, me and him, then I'm going to tell him that this is the way that he is going to be able to enjoy our relationship. But you can step out and do what you want to do with whoever you want to do it with because you have that type of freedom. But he can't do it. Why you?
Go to the
Different.
casting.
Yeah, I'll
We're gonna
explain
pick
it
and
to you,
choose who
Nay.
we want into this dynamic.
I'll give you a
because
perspective. So
it's not us,
here's
it's our
how it
kids
goes.
and everything, you know.
With a real man, right? A man of masculinity,
He's
a
saying
man that
trick
stands
words.
for something. He just doesn't fall for anything. He stands for something. That real man, he understands the dynamics of his value. He understands that he has value, right? And he also understands the dynamics of the relationship. And it's either his way or the highway, meaning that he has options. He can replace you easily. You are not the prize. He's the prize in a relationship. That's how the real relationship goes.
Okay.
Also, with that being said, in that dynamic, a woman can only serve one master. She can't serve multiple people. So if a man is in a relationship with the woman, you're saying that, well, I could still love him the same, cook for him the same, and do these things the same for him. But meanwhile, you're giving another woman attention, maybe submitting to another woman or dominating another woman. What is it, scissoring? It's no really dominating there, but it's still sexuality. You're giving your sexuality, right? You're giving your main agency, right? Your main commodity up to another woman. What do you want from a man? You want security, protecting, providing. Of course, you want, like, the vibes. You want him to make you feel good. But the main thing is security. What does the man want from you? Sex and submissiveness. And you giving one of the things up. I would say you giving both of them up because you're, having sexual relations with someone else.
Man.
So therefore, he's giving you all of him.
What did I say? She gave him loopholes to do what? Let me build my argument against you. She should have just stopped at, this is me, this is my man. Okay, what y'all talking about? Okay, let me see what y'all talking about first so I can start to respond based off of what y'all talking about. Because now he's just building an argument based off of what she gave as trying to flex on him. Then he also compared it to his ideal of what he feels is a real man, which is all fair. I'm not saying what a real man is or isn't. But did you hear the trigger words or the keywords he was using to start to rile her up? A real man. Because, a man who respects himself. Because, a real man basically trying to be like, you ain't with no real man. So I don't know what you talking about. Oh, well, that will hurt me if I'm telling you that I had a child by this man and that this man is taking care of my household. And he knew that. So now he playing on her emotions via words. And also notice how the voice doesn't change. The voice doesn't change in a way to make you feel like I ain't getting hot up underneath my collar. You about to get hot up underneath your collar. It's a play. It's a play.
Just protecting and providing. It's open on his end. He can dick someone else down. But he's not giving up his main agency to another woman. He's just only giving the other woman dick. But your main agency that you're supposed to be giving him, you're also giving up to someone else. So you're saying that, well, I could still be in and give him everything. Well, no, you can't, because you can't serve two masters. You're giving up your entire baseline to another person. It just doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work the same way for a man. So if I allow him to say, okay, you can deal with whoever you want to deal with on the side.
What she should have said was, now I was speaking as though I was a free agent, but because I said that I could pick women up and put them down however I want to because they're not nothing serious. Like what she should have did, go back to her previous lie, because that was her previous lie. Should have went back to her previous lie, cleaned it up, then said, I ain't been with nobody. I ain't even got no open relationship. I was just saying that for, shits and giggles. I've been committed to my man and locked down to my man for 3 years, fully submissive, because my man takes care of me. Because you heard what he was saying. You heard what he was saying. So once you hear what he's saying, you do the exact same thing that he do. You take that. No, that's what I was saying. So what's up again? What are we talking about here? Tell me, am I right or wrong in the comments, guys? And what do y'all think? I mean, he does have some points, yes, but
he's not giving up for me. You understand? Like, what makes him less of
that dynamic?
What did you say?
What makes him less of a man?
What makes him less of a man? Because he chooses how he decides to live his life. You have your opinion on what you feel like.
No, I'm just saying.
Here's another way you could have flipped it. Instead of saying what makes him less of a man, so forth, so on, blah, blah, blah. What do you feel would make you want to commit to a woman? What attributes are you looking for in a woman aside from the submissiveness and the understanding and the femininity and the friendliness that you seek? What other character traits do you feel a woman needs to possess besides her beauty that would make you want to choose marriage and choose being with only one woman?
Man is.
No, what I'm saying, I'm saying this, right?
Because I want to read it.
I'm saying this.
I love to read.
A real man, that woman wouldn't even have eyes for another woman or a man, because she would see him as everything. So I'm telling you that he's really not that real man.
That's fantasy, baby.
That's not no fantasy.
We living in reality. 2024. We're not living in the early 1900s. Like, we in 2024, baby.
Just
that's
the fact that you said that your man would allow you to get your cheeks clapped by someone else,
by a female.
Well, you said by another man.
I feel like he said it because, you know, a lot, you guys, men, all of you guys, you have a lot of ego.
No.
So yeah, if I bring up the topic and it's like,
stop giving this fool ammunition. Stop.
I'll let you do whatever you want to do. So like, if I ever decided to be with another man,
that's the opposite of ego.
No, that's his ego. Go do what you want to go do. Because when I go do it, he might turn around and say, you know what? I'm done with you, even though he gave me that pass.
Okay,
you understand?
Nate,
because men are very manipulated.
Got it. Let me.
What she's trying to say is, I don't view that as manipulation. I feel like what she was trying to say is, a man wants you to respect him, and when you don't respect him, then he'll make the decision to not be with you. Same thing goes for a woman. And if you have not been applying that, make sure you start applying it. Same way that a man would want you to be respectful about him when you're out and about. He don't want you all in people's faces. He don't want you overly friendly. You know what I'm saying? Those respect levels. He don't want you wearing certain things out. You could require that same type of respect for yourself. And I'm not saying that to be funny. And I'm not trying to make it seem like anybody that's watching or listening with us doesn't know that. But I know there was a time when I didn't know that. And I didn't realize that the same thing that I'm giving out to somebody, I could also require them to give me that back. I didn't know. I was just like, well, if I keep on giving all this to you, then maybe you'll just start to be nicer to me. I didn't know I could actually make a requirement. And if you don't do it, then that's fine. I could just move about the country. I didn't know that. So I feel like that's what she's trying to say. Okay, yeah, my man does say it would be nice for you to respect me in this way, meaning you don't go and get your cheeks clapped by other men. And if you decide to do that, then go ahead. But me being a woman who loves her man and I enjoy to respect my man, I'm going to choose not to do that. He don't run me. I'm just making the decision. It's really just a play on words. However, the way that she heard it coming out of his mouth and the way that he phrased it, he knew it was going to do what? Light a flame, baby. Light a flame.
See how it's the opposite of,
go do you.
Nay, I got it. I understand. Let me explain to you how it's the opposite of ego.
So overstand for me. Go ahead.
Cool. You just said that, well, it's his ego. He can do whatever he wants on his end. So it's like, well, I have an ego. Yeah, go ahead, girl, do whatever you want. That's not ego. He's not secure in his position in a relationship to set boundaries and say, hey, I don't want you talking to other women and other men. So therefore, he is insecure, and it is an ego. He lacks ego. He lacks confidence.
No.
Why would he feel insecure?
Manhood.
See, on this part, you just got to listen to the end of it. And again, this is something that could apply for both sides, both parties. Setting up boundaries mean that you love yourself, mean that you have confidence. And if someone does not follow the boundaries that you have set for them, then you have enough love for yourself and enough confidence in yourself to know you might not be it, but somebody else will. And that go for both sides. It's not just a man thing. A man has an ego, and the man ego says I don't have to stay because I've got man ego. No, self-respect, self-love, confidence, love of yourself, all of that says you're supposed to set boundaries. This isn't just a man or a woman thing. But again, if she would listen with the right set of ears, she could hear and be like, okay, I see how you're saying that when it applies to women. Flip it back to them. Now we finished out that argument. What's up? What else are we talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Boundaries.
Why would he feel insecure about another woman?
What do
Right,
you
when
mean?
he wants to be a part of it.
You just said that. Why would he feel insecure? Why would he feel insecure about another woman?
It's very simple. I said that if the man understands real men understand their value, right? So real men don't pedestalize women. They don't, aren't thirsty for women.
All this can be flipped onto women as well, guys. For real, for real. Y'all know how it's a trend about decensoring men from our lives on TikTok? That's a big trend. Again, let me tell you who was guilty. Me. Hello. Thinking my life revolved around this. This is the man. This is my life. That's what I thought, okay? I was so guilty of that. I had to take men off of pedestals, take them off of the throne of my heart, especially men I was really in love with, take them off of me and be like, okay, they are not the best thing that ever happened in my life. I am the best thing that ever happened in my life because I am alive.
Are decisive. They have integrity. They have masculinity. They carry themselves very well. And when they're with a chick, they show the woman a good experience, and that woman respects them. The dynamic is really the woman admires and respects the man, and the man, loves the woman. That's how it goes. And when a woman truly admires...
Let's break that down real quick too. People who join into unions and companionships, it's not always just for love. Sometimes it's because they have the same goal in mind of starting a family and wanting to stay with that same family. It might be because of finances. They understand that together they'd be able to make more money. It might be because they're deciding that they don't want to walk through this life alone, and this is the only person I've met who also doesn't want to have kids either. And I feel like I could be cool with them till the end of time. We can get through some things. It's because they built partnerships, or they built friendships, or they built an understanding that we're going to ride this thing out. And it's not just based on love. I mean, sure, love comes and goes, but when life hits you, when real life punches you in the goddamn head, it's not about, oh, I love you so much, I just know we're going to brave it through. It's about what skill set do you got and what skill set do I got to make it through this life. Well, shoot, we keep on making it, don't we? Let's keep on going. Like, sometimes that's what it comes down to. So I understand what he says when he says, women admire men because you might not always love your man. Your man might mess up. And then again, just go for both sides, in case, whatever. You might not always love your man, but you might always admire the fact that he does take care of stuff. He does do what he said he's supposed to do. He makes sure this happened. He's actionable. He provides for the family. And he may love you because he be messing up. Maybe not as much as Offset, but he be fucking up. And he's like, God dang it, I love her because she still be giving me another opportunity. She be saging the house, praying for me, giving me another opportunity to make a change, make a mother change. Okay, I'm gonna make a change. So I get what he's saying here.
And respects a man. Other guys are invisible. Like, she doesn't really see other men. So the fact that she sees other men and other women is still visible. She's sexually attracted by other people, and she wants to not just attracted, but she wants to indulge in it as well. She only indulged with a woman, not a man, but she still wants to indulge in it. That means that she doesn't really see her man as that nigga. That's what I'm saying. So if the woman doesn't see the man as that nigga, he ain't that nigga.
No, I understand. Like, if it's a man, I will understand. Like, if she's messing with other men, I will understand. But another woman, it's like, I'm not into that double side stuff, but it's like, I just don't understand.
Because at any given moment, that the female feels like, hey, I'm with the shits. I'm with the shits. Like, we going to my man.
And ladies, we not moving on when the conversation is going.
No, I'm saying I'm down for it.
Let it keep flowing.
Like, if you ever
it's gonna get on the other stuff.
You're not down for like a
you don't like threesomes with a female.
I mean, if we're speaking about me, no, that's haram. I'm not doing any of that stuff.
So
all of that stuff is that's haram. I don't partake in any sodomy and any stuff like that.
Muslim?
You're Muslim?
No, I'm not Muslim.
No, you're Muslim. You're not Muslim, but you go by the teachings of Muslim of Islam.
No. But back to the conversation. Y'all trying to throw it off. Y'all having side conversations.
It's aesthetics for him.
No, that's not what I do. That's degenerate. But anyways, all right, back to you. You had a question. You were saying something how is it different?
Oh, I was just asking, like, you know, how would they feel, like, insecure? I think that's what you said, with if she's messing with another woman. Like me, if let's say I was messing with a man and he started, like, he cheated on me with a woman, I would feel some type of way.
Yeah,
but
So the way he did explain it, but the way that he's explaining stuff, it's if you haven't been around a lot of men who aren't attracted to you, so they're not trying to sugarcoat stuff with you, they're just talking straight, it's a lie. In this instance, a man is just not going to want his woman to divide her emotions amongst people, her support, her care, her concern, compassion, passion, none of that. He just don't want it to be spread to nobody else but him. Men are some beautiful, sweet, little selfish beings who want their lady to be all to themselves. So that's what he is saying. He's not saying the man's going to feel insecure because he's in competition with a woman, but he's rather going to just want all of his woman's everything that she comes with, all of her skills, experience, all of what she comes with. He just wants that all to be only his stuff. He don't want to share it. He don't want to share his toys. That's what he's saying.
Explained it. So, like, I'm gonna break it down. I thought I was speaking really slow today, Chad. I'll just speak slow.
Don't do that, because I already heard you. You just asked me the question again.
Let's just walk through it, and ladies, tell me if I'm right or wrong, because I want y'all to tell me. All right. So, what do you look for in a man? Like, what's the main thing? Would you say that it's security, protection, and providing? Like, that's the glue.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
and
got it.
loving.
Well, yeah,
like,
I know,
you can
but,
promote
like,
all that, but what if you're not loving me right? Like,
I got you, but like, if
that.
protection and providing like isn't there, nothing is there. Nothing is there. So that's like the glue of that's the baseline, right? Men, our baseline is sexuality and submissiveness. That's truly all we want. We want sex and submissiveness. Kind of follow our lead, and cook me some sandwiches. Cheer me on. So sex and submissiveness. That's all men. That's our baseline, right? So the man in that dynamic that she has, her man, even though he's out, I'm not saying that this is right or wrong, but I'm just saying that he could be out clapping cheeks, but he's not giving up his baseline. He's not providing and protecting for these other girls, is he? No. So he's not giving up his baseline. But she, on the other hand, her baseline is sexuality and submissiveness. So even if it's a girl, she's giving up her sexuality to someone else, and she's being submissive.
And I'm saying this, I don't know about men, but I'm saying in regards to women, I'm kind of trying to be the interpreter, because everything he's saying about how men, they can give up this. I don't know what the hell men can give up. But girl, the translation. Men just want you all to themselves. That's the translation.
To someone else. If it's a man, it's even worse. She's like doing the most ultimate form of submission. She's being dominated. So what I'm saying is, it's not a fair deal. And not only that, it's like that man that will allow that, he's just not a real man. Wow. He just isn't. Wow. Does that make sense?
It makes sense to me.
To me, it doesn't.
All right, fair enough.
To me, it doesn't, because that's your ideology on that topic. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how you perceive what you want in a relationship as a man. You understand? Other men are more open, just like some females aren't open to threesomes and things in that nature. So men go out and cheat 1,000 times and 1,000 times. I know, but and me, I'm like, hey, listen, I like the same thing you like. So instead of you cheating, and instead of me cheating, like let's just come together and do it.
Is that the definition of a pick-me? Because I don't know no relationships that have worked out after a threesome. I feel like it's always some sort of insecurity. And I also don't think that there's anything wrong, which is crazy to have to say this, but if you need somebody to say it because you need to feel like you belong somewhere, girl, hello, I don't feel like there is nothing wrong with you being like, we ain't about to do no damn threesome. I don't even got to be like, oh, let me consider it. Oh, it is your birthday. I ain't got to do none of that, because it's not happening. No, absolutely no, and no. And if you feel like that's some shit you need to do, maybe we need to reconsider this relationship with your freaky ass. And I'm gonna leave it at that, because what I look like now, I'm watching you with another woman, and I already have difficulty with you going into Walmart and saying thank you. So you think no what? And I don't think it's anything wrong with saying that and being like, that's just me. If you got an issue with it, if you feel like that's controlling, cool. If you feel like since you can't have a threesome with me, that's gonna make you go and cheat on me, cool. That just lets me know this ain't the relationship for me. And using some of what homeboy's advice was, setting up boundaries. My boundary is, if you cheat on me, I'm leaving your ass. If you decide to violate my boundary, guess what? We ain't together. 2 + plus 2 equals 4.
In the beginning, I
agree
said
with that.
when a man understands his value, some men don't understand
That's his value. Like, his
Let me
value is
finish real
high.
quick.
Trust me.
I got
Believe
you. I
that.
got you. How
value.
life goes is competence leads to accomplishments, which then leads to confidence. And when you truly got that truly genuine confidence because you accomplished some things, you got options. When you got options, time out, you have an abundance mindset. When you have the abundance mindset and it's actually not narcissistic, you know what a true narcissist is?
Yes.
A narcissist is someone that acts like they accomplished goals, but they really didn't accomplish anything.
Let me say this too. When it comes to accomplishments, don't let this world fool you into believing the only accomplishment is starting the business, getting the college degree, buying the house. Don't let them fool you into believing that it's just something that's outside of you. Sometimes it could be picking up a new language, changing old habits, kicking any type of addictions you may have. It could be so many internal accomplishments that you truly make that change your life for the better, because once the inside is flowing right, the outside is gonna come. But it's about that inside. Achieving consistent joy. If you came from a family that you have people around you who couldn't even figure out how to have joy 24/7, and look at you. You done accomplished how to find joy every single time you down. It ain't always got to be all expensive and anything like that. It could just be something that you accomplished on the inside. That is also an abundance mindset. Imagine if you have an abundance mindset beginning from within. Well, shit, you could change anything in your life.
Confidence is fake. It isn't pure. So when a man truly accomplished things and his confidence is pure, he got options because other chicks want him. Other chicks see him. He got this aura that just comes off of him. And guess what he has? He has the ability to be intolerant of females' inadequacies. So he's not going to tolerate certain things from women. You know why? Because he understands his value. I'm telling her that her man doesn't understand his value because he don't even know his own baseline. He don't know his chick baseline that she giving it up to other people. He don't understand his value.
Because it's a female that he doesn't understand. Okay, let's go back to the narcissist, right? Because a narcissist falls under an umbrella, right? You have many traits of a narcissist, right?
But how
what you're saying right now can be very narcissistic to a lot of people, because there are people who are mentally abused. There are people who are mentally, physically abused, emotionally abused. So abuse comes in different forms, just like a narcissist comes in different forms. So you can't sit here and say because a man wants you to stay to him and only him while he's out doing him. A lot of y'all men don't stay. A lot of y'all are not faithful.
Wait,
y'all play that monogamous shit.
Yeah, you're just moving the goalposts
when we talk about when we talking about a man in a man's position, we got to talk about a faithful man, a man that's standing on 10 toes, a man that know his business, a man that's going to sit there and hold down his female no matter what.
Yeah,
no matter when it comes to, no matter if you go broke, you're never going to change on her. You understand what I'm saying? That's a real man.
Well, most
my
men,
dad is a hold on.
Most men, when they
remember we had them rules in the beginning, right? My dad is a real man, and he lives by that haram that you speak of. You understand? Muslim since the day I was born. My middle name is Saouda. Black is beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean. That's what I stand for. Black is beautiful, baby. You understand? So when you speak of a real man, you're speaking of my father. That's a real man.
So why don't you date a man like your father?
Oh, I'm looking for a man like my daddy. I'm looking for like a man like my daddy. But
Dating a guy like your father, you talking about your father, real man?
It's really not that many. It's really not that many.
You just admitted that your man isn't a real man. That your father is a real man.
Yes. Character, right?
Yeah, but you just admitted. Time out.
A man doesn't,
stop,
because
rewind.
what
Let's
you convert and who you claim to be makes you a real man. A real man is what you stand by and what you live by every single day.
Real quick.
My father is a man that wakes up and he's peaceful. He prays for me. He sends me good energy.
I got it, nay.
That's a man.
I got it, nay. Calm down.
Not a man that's gonna sit here and tell a female you can't have a male friend.
I got
because
you, nay.
I'm too little for you to have something.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. One mic at a time.
Bring it forward, bring it sideways, baby. I'm ready for you.
Real quick, nay. When you speaking and not cut you off, I'm the host. You got to stop talking. We're not gonna go on these long rants.
I'm not gonna stop talking because you the host. Because when you speak, I give you none of respect.
Time out. If you not gonna respect, it's very simple, nay. If you not going to,
so we gonna sit here, we gonna debate on stage. I'm a
fair enough, baby. That's what you think. These are the rules of the podcast, and all the girls heard.
So only the host could speak when everyone else is talking.
Listen, you still speaking over.
Okay, I'm just asking.
When I'm speaking,
clarification,
and you going on these long rants, I already understand.
Because you want to cut me off when you don't like what you hear.
Wait, time out. You still speaking while I'm speaking.
I am.
Got it. Slow it down. All right. So when I'm speaking, stop speaking.
All right,
if you
so when I'm speaking,
continue,
you stop speaking.
that isn't how it goes.
That's how it goes on my book.
Okay,
when
well,
I signed up to come here,
got it.
and I signed up for me to be on this video,
Cool.
that's what I signed up for. I didn't sign up to be disrespected, and that's why you don't like men on your podcast. Let's talk about it.
No, I explained that in the beginning.
No.
Why he said he didn't like men on his podcast is because if men are up there and he triggers the women's emotions, there's been men who have tried to fight him on behalf of their lady friend because they're like, why are you talking to her like that? When he doesn't really change his tone of voice, like I said, he just knows how to rile women up. So to keep the safety, he has only female security guards in there, which I think is pretty cool. And he doesn't allow men to come all the way inside of the actual podcast production room for his safety. He said if they did come in there, then he would get his blicky. If the man's already said what the man said, just leave it at that, especially since it's his podcast. I'm a firm believer of if you don't like the energy that somebody's bringing to you, I'd have got up mid and left. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to stay where I feel uncomfortable or I feel unwelcomed or I feel like you're really trying to take me there or push me there or whatever. If I don't have the emotional control to be in here without embarrassing myself, it's not worth it. For me at 34, it's not worth it.
You want to disrespect women.
Who did I disrespect today?
Let's talk about it. No, you want to belittle people.
Did I belittle anybody today?
Belittle you first.
He didn't belittle you.
Who did I belittle today?
He didn't disrespect you.
No, I'm just saying. I watch
seems
a
like
lot of
you're
your
being very
podcasts, and I'm just
emotional right
saying
now.
I'm not very emotional at all. You don't see any tears.
I mean, well, it seems like
lashes
you're
are
being
still
emotional.
intact.
That's how you argue with these type of dudes. With these type of dudes, you cannot argue with any type of emotion. This argument, which let's not even say win, if you're just trying to hang, because I don't want it to seem like it's some sort of I'm right, you're wrong. I'm not trying to say it's anything like that. But if you want to hang with these type of fellas, you can't show no emotion. They're gonna call it out every single time.
I got
Feel
you.
good, baby, and I'm smacked.
I got you. So,
y'all got my veneers?
Nay, here's how it's gonna
And
go.
hibachi.
I got you. Here's how this gonna go. Right when I'm
your shit,
speaking,
Victor.
now this is gonna be a little bit disrespectful
Go ahead.
because
Talk
you've
your
been
shit, Victor.
disrespectful. When I'm speaking,
I got
shut
family
up.
out here. I got
That's
family out
totally
here.
fine.
All right, when I'm speaking
shut up.
the
Got
same
it.
shit. Shut up.
Got it. You just admitted that.
Don't invite nobody on your podcast
You
you
just
wanna
admitted
disrespect
that
them.
your
Go ahead,
man
talk your
ain't
shit.
that man. That your father is that man.
No, he is that man.
No, he ain't. Your man isn't that man. You just admitted that.
I don't have to
You
cheat
just
with
admitted
him
that.
to go with
Totally
another man.
fine.
A female is different. He
You
don't got a
let
vagina.
other people,
I like pussy.
other human beings
It's two different
explore
things,
your
baby.
sexuality.
If you can't handle
and it's
that,
not only for your man.
that's on you. You can't handle
You
that
sound
with your
crazy
female.
right now. No, not at all.
I feel sorry
But
for whoever
listen,
you date because, baby, I could never be trapped in a box.
We actually
I like
gonna
pussy
end this.
so
You
much. I
up
like
out of
pussy.
here. It's time for you to go.
I ain't
You're
going
not paying to the
nowhere.
rules.
For the peoples.
Steve, you can go ahead and do what you do best.
Do what you do best. I cause the peoples.
Yes. Call the boys. Yeah, call the boys. You don't want to leave.
Call them. And
Time
get
for you
the
to
boys
go.
whatever clips you want.
I mean,
Nah, you gotta
we
really
live.
He's really gonna call the police.
I don't care.
go ahead, Steve. Yeah, go ahead. Right now.
I don't care. And we gonna walk out of here the same way.
We've had this before. We've had to call the cops before.
Yeah, and they're right up the street. Yeah, they come very
Oh my
fast.
God! Come on, y'all.
I don't pay taxes in PA,
You can put it
so
on
you
me.
can call the cops if you want. I don't
It's
pay
not that
taxes.
deep. Nay.
He want to be disrespectful because I have an opinion that doesn't align with his.
Steve, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Do what you got to do.
Do what you
No, okay,
really
come
don't.
on.
No.
I see you do this a lot on his podcast.
But he never disrespected you. He didn't call you out.
And my dad, I didn't call him anything either.
He didn't yell at you. He didn't say
I asked him for the same respect he gives me.
Hey, come on, don't do
Right?
that.
I asked him for the same respect he gave me. Am I being disrespectful?
Steve.
No, I spoke what I spoke.
I understand that, but come on.
I spoke what I
We
spoke.
don't gotta do that. Like,
Throw
come
on the
on.
big one, Steve. 4.
So you can cancel the whole podcast because we both out.
No,
Respectfully.
that's totally fine.
Because if you don't want to hear what I gotta say, then I can leave. If that was
You
your
outta
thing,
here, Mom.
because you did that from the
No,
beginning
you
when you didn't
cut
even
me
put
off.
me in a clip and anything.
Oh, that's why you butthurt? You just
No,
didn't
I'm
make
not
the
butthurt
cut.
because of that. I'm butthurt
You didn't
because
make the cut for the
you
thumbnail.
don't like the fact that I have a different opinion.
No,
from
you didn't make the cut for the
you. Not
thumbnail.
even
It's
from
just how it
everyone
is.
else. It's from you.
Many girls don't
And
make
you
the
do that a
thumbnail.
lot on your podcast.
Alright,
Because
cool.
if I was okay, kiki with him, he wouldn't have a
Go ahead,
problem.
Steve. Go ahead,
Don't
make
let
that call.
people talk. He
So
let
we
you
can
talk.
go.
Let him.
And I let him talk. The whole time he spoke. And
Leave
y'all
him
want to
alone.
dick by him because y'all his people. I'm not moving.
Chat, we live. We do it live.
Nay.
Put it on one, Steve.
Nay.
Nigga call the cops.
No, Nay. It's not
I
worth
didn't
it.
offend nobody. I didn't put my hands on nobody. I didn't threaten nobody. Be all on
Time for you to
camera.
go.
Yeah.
I'm about to call him.
Hold on.
Steve, no. Go do what you do. Yeah.
I don't care. He
Nay.
tripping. But we know his podcast.
It is what it is.
It was nice meeting you.
Nah, I'm good, mama.
It was nice
I'm good, mama. Don't touch me,
It was
mama.
nice meeting
I'm
you.
good, mama. Don't
It was
touch
nice
me.
meeting you.
Nay, come on, man.
Step out.
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
He a little bitch ass
Step
nigga.
out. Step out. Get up out of here. Y'all saying that, right? She poured the drink. It's all good. We do it live, chat. We do it live.
Whatever you want on
Both of y'all. It's all. No, I'm fine.
You can't respect a real woman.
Listen.
You can't respect nothing. My baby father.
Listen, you're trash. That's what it is.
That's exactly, I mean, he didn't want that to happen, but this is what this red pill community, this is what they be trying to get women to do. They be trying to get them to overreact. They be trying to get them to get outside their box. They be trying to push. This is what they do.
You're trash.
And she is definitely trash for throwing that water and not being able to control her emotions, especially being a 37-year-old woman. I was only using her as an example of what not to do.
Throw it on camera one. Hey, chat. We do it live. She threw a drink on the homie. It is what it is. All good.
Oh my God.
I got another. We do it live, chat. Yo, she was mad.
I felt like everything
she was
good,
mad
but
that she
throwing
had
the
a
drink, it was
weak dude, and her dude doesn't understand his value, and her dude allows her to get railed by other men.
Women.
No, she gets railed by other dudes. That's a fact. Let me get another shirt. Put it on camera 4. All right, chat. We are back. Yo, had to kick that crazy wildebeest off the podcast. She was big and she was mad. You know, big people just tend to be mad sometimes. I don't know why, but she was angry. High cholesterol, high attitude, high, what is it? God dang, blood pressure, all of the high. She was all of it, bro.
Too much salt.
Yeah, and she got angry because she was dating her man, right? That she claims she has a man isn't a true man, and she was mad that I called her out on it. She ended up spilling a drink on me. So if you've seen in the last stream, I had a black tee on. It's a white tee now because she threw a drink on me. It is what it is, man. You know, that's what happens when you deal with emotional women. And I would never put my hand on a woman. Just like before when y'all asked the question, why don't you have men, you know, in the back on the show? I said, truthfully, it kind of played out. I said, well, ladies, when y'all catch an attitude, I don't care about that. Right? It doesn't bother me. But a dude, I got to get my blicky and it's going to be a problem, right? So we don't need those issues on a podcast. So that's what transpires. Real quick, and like some stuff that happens behind the scene y'all don't get to see, so I'll like kind of break some things down, give y'all some more insight for the viewers. The thumbnail, it's always 5 girls in the thumbnail. If we have like, you know, 8 girls, then we'll put 4 at the bottom and we'll put 4 at the top in the thumbnail. But if it's like 6 girls, we only just choose 5. We put a girl in the middle and then 2 girls on the end for the thumbnail. So I made the thumbnail and all y'all was like, oh God, the thumbnail fire. Y'all was all happy that y'all picture was in the thumbnail.
Got the right
and
edit.
She got super salty.
She felt something. Yeah, she
got super salty, yo. So she was so butthurt that she didn't make it to the thumbnail. Well, you didn't make it to the thumbnail. The ugly girls don't make it to the thumbnail.
Stop.
That's the facts of the matter. I create the thumbnail for the beginning of the show.
Say that.
The ugly chicks don't make it to the thumbnail when it's not enough people.
Now
You
you
know what
heard
I'm
it all
saying?
the other girls who were on
It
this
is what it
podcast
is.
and they didn't make it. Now you heard it their feelings.
Hey, it is what
The
it
fact
is.
that
That's
she
what
mentioned the thumbnail, I felt like she felt some type of way.
Wait, let me put my hammer.
We gotta, listen, we gotta keep it No Fugazee right now. That chick was wild. She was disrespectful. She threw a drink on me. She disrespected all of y'all. You know what I mean? She was
like you
for so long.
from the beginning.
You
That's
knew.
why you ain't
You knew from the beginning.
No,
It was God. It was God.
You knew
Like,
from the beginning.
come
I
on.
didn't know from the beginning.
No,
that,
but what I'm saying,
What you saying?
What we're all saying here is,
It was some
it
energy
happened
type
for a
shit.
reason.
Yeah, it was-
no,
you
yeah,
sensed
I
it.
already
But it's like-
sensed that she was butthurt because
Nah, I saw it sitting right next to her.
other girls get butthurt when that happens, but not as butthurt as her because she mentioned it 3 times. Like, oh wow, I'm not on a thumbnail, and you can see in her facial expression. She literally wore her entire emotions on her face when that happened. So then when I seen it, I was even gonna say something. I was gonna be like, "Yo, you good, Mamacita? You?" Oh, I did say that. I was like, "Yo, you good? You gonna be in a clips?" So
Right, you did say that,
she
yes.
is gonna be in a clip.
Yeah,
For sure.
She's gonna be in a clip. She made for sure she's gonna be in a clip.
Was I right or was I right? You see, emotional. all I'm saying is this: when you're dealing with men like that, you have to really be on some logical, strategic type of thing. You cannot let the emotions get the best of you. And that's all it is. That's all it is. But I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm so glad that you tuned in. And if you have not joined the Neighborhood, you better subscribe. What are you waiting on? It's right there. It's right in front of your face. You look at you. You just sitting on the couch. Make sure to like the video, comment your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.